When it comes to manifesting your heart's desires, there's one very, very important step that needs to happen, which is you've got to surrender. You've got to surrender, let go, and detach from any outcome in order to align yourself and in order to also open yourself up to receiving what you want. But of course, this is also very difficult, especially if what you want is actually something that you need. Then the surrendering part becomes very, very challenging. And in this video today, I want to share with you how you can start to surrender and really lean into your desires so you can start manifesting with more ease, so you can start allowing it to unfold. Stay tuned. Hello there, beautiful soul. Welcome back to another video. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. So excited that you're here. My name is Kay Sanders, and this channel is all about helping awakening souls on their spiritual awakening journey so they can really awaken to their power within and create a life of more success, abundance, and freedom, all while living their life on purpose. And if that's you and you haven't done so already, I do want to extend an invitation. Please be sure to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release new content. So you may be wondering, what exactly does it mean to surrender? Now, I'm pretty sure you have heard the term more than once, especially when it comes to manifesting, law of attraction, those type of things. Surrendering is a big step. It's part of you really allowing yourself to receive the things that you want. But let's talk real quick about what exactly is surrendering. For me, it feels like surrendering is like you're kind of like falling back in a way. Or you're kind of stepping back and allowing your desires to unfold, knowing that they're happening, knowing and trusting that they're happening. But you see, the thing is, surrendering, yes, it may make sense on a mental aspect. Like, you understand, okay, I got to surrender. I got to let it go. I got to detach from it. And I'm going to do that. I want this. And I'm just going to let it go. I let the universe handle it. It's easier said than done, because the big enemy of surrendering is actually attachment. Being attached to your desires, being attached to an outcome. So let's say you desire more money, especially like if you need more money, you're very, very attached to that money. Let's say you have a bill of $1,000 that you have to pay, and well, you don't have $1,000. Then you may say, okay, universe, please give me $1,000. I need $1,000. I need $1,000. I want $1,000. And you're so attached to it that you're actually moving into resistance. You're actually moving into lack. So being attached to an outcome, or for example, something else, you want something, whether it's a car or, a raise at your job or just money in general, or, grow your business or something like that. When you say you want something in a specific way, by a specific time, for example, you are too attached to that outcome, because the universe wants to give you whatever it is that you want in whatever ways to your highest and greatest good. For example, money here, right? Let's say you want to manifest more money because maybe you want to go on a trip, or you have bills to pay, or you just want more so you have more opportunities, more choices, things like that. Well, if you say, I want to make more money through my business or through my job or whatnot, you're limiting yourself because there's so many other ways you could be making money. So that's basically what I mean with being attached to the outcome. You always want to be open for this or something better. But when it comes to surrendering, and like I said, this is really the hardest part, especially if it's something that you really need. It makes it very, very difficult for you to surrender. And I cannot tell you, I have been on this journey for quite a while now. My spiritual awakening journey started in 2016. And I also heard about surrendering and letting go and detaching and those type of things. But it took me a while to really grasp it on a deeper level. I understood logically what it meant to surrender, to let go, just to kind of step away, step back, and just allow things to unfold. But on a deeper level, I did not. And that is really what I want to help you understand in this video today, to really help you let go, to surrender, because there are certain aspects that can really help you with that. And there are a couple pointers that I want to share with you to really help you with that. But like I mentioned, the one most important thing about you manifesting your heart's desires is to surrender. And learning the art to surrender, really understanding it on a deeper level, will really help you manifest the things that you want with so much more ease, and also gives you that inner peace as well, because then you don't have to worry anymore because you have surrendered. You know it's coming. So let me share with you those pointers that can really help you with the art of surrendering, that I really found that has helped me tremendously to not only understand, but also understand on a deeper level and embody the art of surrendering, to really allow myself to not be stressed out about the things that I want or need, but to really go with the flow and allowing myself to receive the things that are to my highest and greatest good and that I want and that I need. So that's what I want to share with you in this video. So the art of surrendering is all about really releasing any attachments. The first tip that I want to share with you here is uncover any doubts, any fears, any limiting beliefs that you have about your desires. That is really key here, because you also want to then find out what is the energetic attachment that you have towards whatever it is that you desire. So let's go back to money, because money is usually the one thing that is the hardest to manifest for many, because, well, there's a need for that. So what you can do is uncover your doubts, your fears, your limiting beliefs around you attracting more money. Let's say you're always telling yourself, well, making money is hard. I'm not good enough to do that. I need more certifications. I need a better job, or whatever it is, right? Or I'm not good enough to get paid more, things like that. If you always have those beliefs running in the background, it makes it very hard for you to really surrender, because you are then attached to the outcome based on the beliefs that you have. If you believe you can't make money, well, there's an attachment, because you're attached to, I can't make no money. So the attachments go both ways, to yes, I can, or no, I can't. So here, uncovering that is very, very beneficial, to really uncover where are you actually attached. Where are those limiters? What are those limiters? And then also go a little deeper. Well, what is the root of it? Because oftentimes we resist something not for the obvious reason that is the first thing that comes to mind, but there's usually a deeper root cause of that. Now, I'll give an example. Like in the beginning stages of me starting my business, I struggled so tremendously getting clients. I wanted clients, I was attached to clients, but the problem was, deep down, I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel deserving, all of those things. So even though I then started to really focus on, yes, I want more clients, I did all the right things to attract more clients, but energetically I was resisting the clients because I was not ready to have more clients. So when you go down to the root of what is really going on beneath it, that can really help you uncover also, where are you attached? Where are those attachments? Where are those limiters? Where are you blocking yourself from really manifesting the things that you want? Because once you then uncover that, well, then you have a choice. You can do something about it, right? Then you can either heal, you can release, you can change your mindset around, you can do something about it. But uncovering is really the first step, because you need to have awareness in order to do something about it, right? So you may be wondering, why is this part of the art of surrendering? It's because whatever those beliefs are, those doubts, they're actually blocking you from surrendering. They're actually blocking you from allowing yourself to have what you want, because in order to surrender, one of the things is also you have to trust. But if you have those beliefs, those fears, those doubts, you can't trust, because there's a part of you resisting you actually manifesting the things that you want. So allow yourself some time to really get clear on, like, you can start out with, what is it that you really want? What is important for you right now? What would you love to manifest right now, or then moving forward? And then go deep into uncovering, like, what are those limiters that are actually blocking you or holding you back from actually manifesting it? And it's also actually holding you back from surrendering, because those fears that you may have, well, they're keeping you from surrendering, from detaching, from allowing it to unfold. Because if you surrender, well, it's going to happen. But if you have fears about you actually having what you want, and I know it's quite twisted, right? Because we want something, but deep down we don't. And that's what's really blocking. So take some time, uncover that. That's really very important for you to then surrender, to allow yourself to receive what you truly want. Then the second tip here is keep your eyes on the destination. Like, you know where you want to go. You know what you want to achieve. You know your desires. You know your wishes. You know what you're working towards, right? Keep your eyes on that. Don't focus so much on the tiny little steps that need to happen, because that can actually trip you up. So there are many ways that will help you get to where you want to be, but you are not aware of the best way. That's when the surrendering comes in play, because when you surrender, you allow yourself to be guided. You allow yourself to be led. You allow yourself to receive the guidance to help you get to where you want to be in the most aligned, most fulfilling, and the best way that is to your highest and greatest good. Now, you yourself, you won't know all that. So by you keeping your eyes on, or you can say it, you can keep your eyes on the price. You can keep your eyes on the destination. Focus on where you want to go. Like, really feel into that. Keep your eyes on that. Think of it like that as your roadmap, your GPS. So, for example, when you want to go on a road trip, you put the destination into the GPS, right? You don't focus on all the different steps and all the different cities you have to pass through or whatnot. No, you put the address into the GPS, your destination, you get into the car, and then you let the GPS drive you, right? That is basically what this whole surrendering is all about. You focus on the destination. You focus on where you want to go. Now, of course, you always want to be open to this or something better, but you focus on, you have your eyes on the price. You have your eyes on the destination. And the next tip here is you want to step into the frequency of it already being done, of you actually already having that, experiencing that. So what I mean with that is, you know your wish, you know your desires. You may even want to write it down. You may even want to look at it daily, multiple times a day, and really align yourself with that frequency. Really visualize yourself having it, it already being so. This will help you energetically align yourself to your desires. Which brings me to the next step here is you want to then feel those feelings, like the essence of your desires. Let's say you want to grow a successful business and really make a huge impact and impact millions of people. You want to tap into the essence of, well, how will that make you feel? Well, it will make you feel deeply fulfilled, maybe. It will make you feel absolutely grateful for the impact that you get to make. You may feel abundant, successful, expanded, deeply fulfilled, wealthy, whatever it is, free. When you get clear on the essence of what you want, and you really feel that you embody that essence, always having the destination in mind, always having that your goal in mind, where you want to go, aligning yourself with that frequency by really feeling it, by embodying it, by really stepping into that on an energetic level. That's what will then help you embody it, because then your mind doesn't know what is real and what is just made up, from your mind. Your mind goes by pictures. So by you really thinking about your destination, where you want to go, and visualize it and feel it and really see it in great detail. See it as if it has already happened, as if you're already experiencing that, if you're already living that life or having whatever it is that you want. That will then also help you surrender even more, because you're then seeing it within your mind's eye. Whatever you can see within your mind's eye, it's possible for you. You just don't really have to align yourself to that. And by you doing that, really keeping your eyes on the prize, embodying that frequency and really visualizing that and stepping into that, that will also help you bring it forth a lot quicker. You will then start seeing things starting to align for yourself. Like I said, it's not about focusing on the tiny little steps that will lead to it. No, it's all about really focusing on the destination. Which brings me to the next step is, you want to take those soul-inspired aligned steps. Because the more you really connect yourself to your desires on an energetic level, then the universe says, okay, this is what you want. Okay, let me share with you the next step. So you will get those downloads, you will get those nudges, you will get the insights, you will get the opportunities, synchronicities are happening, everything in alignment to helping you move forward. But taking those on a daily basis, taking those soul-inspired, aligned steps that will help you move towards that destination. That's why it's not about focusing on the tiny little steps that you need to take to get there. It's about you focusing on your destination and then really being connected to that on an energetic level. That will then give you those insights that you need to then move forward, to take those soul-inspired, aligned steps. And the next step is you want to then also be aware when you're misaligned. And what I mean with that is whenever you allow your fears and your doubts to get in the way, to derail you, so to speak. Whenever you're taking action based on fear, based on the things you think you should be doing, versus really taking those soul-inspired steps. Now, manifesting your heart's desires and surrendering, it's not that you surrender and poof, the next day it's there, right? It does take time because you need to grow ready for having what you want. And by you aligning yourself on a daily basis to your desires on an energetic level and visualizing it and keeping your eyes on your destination and taking those soul-inspired steps, that will then help you get there. But then also, of course, you want to notice whenever you're taking those misaligned steps, when the fear kicks in, when the doubt kicks in, whenever something happens that wants to derail you from really moving forward, from being in alignment with your desires. Because when you become aware that, okay, today you're not feeling good, you're allowing your fears to totally derail you, you're having all this doubt coming up, you're questioning your path, then you can say, oh, no, I don't like this. This is not supporting me. This is not supporting me in getting to where I want to be. Then you can say, okay, well, what is going on here? Then it goes back to the first step here, is uncovering the root cause, uncovering what is going on, and then course correcting. This is really, it's surrendering. It's not just something that you do once, but it's like on a consistent basis. Like every day you're being tested. Every day your desires, your wishes are being tested. It's like the universe asks you, is this really what you want? Is this really what you want? Are you sure? Are you sure? So yes, of course, you can have a bad day where you fall down the rabbit hole. But it's like as soon as you notice that you're not okay, then you got to do something about it, which is becoming aware when you misalign. Because that's why instant manifestation rarely happens, because it's like the universe wants to check in with you. Are you sure you want that? You know, yesterday you said this, today you're saying this. What is it that you want, right? So the more you can be in alignment, in energetic alignment with the things that you do want versus the things you don't want, then you start manifesting that with more ease. But then also, part of this whole surrendering part is you've got to trust. You have to trust that no matter what, your desires are on the way. That whatever it is that you want, it is coming. It's a matter of time of you really growing into that person that has it. And by you really visualizing what you want, that will bring it in a lot quicker. By you embodying that frequency, that or the essence of what you want, will bring it in a lot quicker. But trust is really key when it comes to surrendering. You have to trust that no matter what, it's coming. And then also, the next part here is you got to believe. You got to believe without a doubt it's coming. And here also, you will be tested. You believe, your trust will be tested on a daily basis. And that's then for you to dig deeper. That's why the surrendering part is the most challenging one, because it's easier to decide what you want, right? To kind of get clear on your heart's desires, your soul's desires. That's the easy part. And even the daily action, right? You know, tuning in, okay, I want this, you know, having your eyes on the prize, on your destination, feeling into it, visualizing it, maybe even using affirmations. That's the easy part. The hard part is what comes on a daily basis. The doubts that want to keep coming in. Your ego, your personality trying to derail you. Because surrendering means you have to trust in the unseen. You have to trust in this higher power. You have to trust in yourself. And that's often the hard part, because you have to trust in something that you can't see, that you can't touch. It's not like that there's a person that you're waiting for to deliver that stuff to you, right? No, it's this invisible force. And that is often the hardest part, and especially if you need something right now and it's not happening. I mean, you wanting to manifest your desires, it can take weeks, it can take months, it can even take years. It happens when it is to your highest and greatest good. It happens in divine timing. It never happens when we want it. It happens when we are ready to receive it. So that's why trusting and believing is key. And then of course, then the final piece here is you've got to be ready for it. You have to be ready for it to come into your life. Because like I said, it's only a matter of time. It's coming into your life when you are ready for it. But like I said, you have to be ready for it. And that's what uncovering, on a daily basis, like really becoming aware, when are you misaligned? The whole misalignment will give you really the awareness, because this whole being misaligned will give you an opportunity to become aware that there's something holding you back. There's something getting in the way of you manifesting your heart's desires. Then you can do something about it. Go back to uncovering what it is that is holding you back. Then realigning yourself to your desires. Keep your eyes on the prize, so to speak. Keep your eyes on the destination. Tune in, feel the energy, feel the frequency, feel the essence, embody the essence of what you want, and then keep taking those soul-aligned, soul-inspired steps on a daily basis. And then trust and believe. But this is basically the tips that I want to share with you about the art of surrendering. Surrendering, it's something you will know when you surrender. I can vividly remember one time when I literally uncovered that now I finally surrendered. Now, I started this whole manifesting stuff, learning about it like, many, many years ago. During that time, actually, I was struggling financially, and I had thought I had surrendered. I always said, like, guys, help me get clients, help me make money, yada, yada, yada. I even did healing and those type of things. But it was not until one day I remember it vividly. I was outside, I was watering my lawn. I was thinking about everything that I was going through. At that time, I had gotten hurt. I was still recovering from, me hurting my back. I was really struggling financially to the point that I was really scared that I would lose everything and end up on the street. And I was out there and I was just thinking, I'm like, I'm doing everything that I can. There's nothing else I really can do more. I was still showing up every day in my business. I was still reaching out. I was still having calls. I was still doing the things. I was still posting on social media. I was still doing the things that I could. At that point, I was even looking for a job. And I did that too. I literally did everything that I personally was able to do. Like literally do. The only thing that was really missing for me was to just surrender. And at that point, it felt like I was kind of like falling back in a way. And I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. Show me. And in that moment, I realized that was the first time I actually surrendered. Like truly surrendered. Not just, yeah, I'm gonna surrender and, I'm gonna let it go. But no, in that moment, I didn't know any other way of what I could do. So at that moment, I surrendered. So you will know when you actually truly surrender, because then you don't worry about anything no more. You're really just like, I'm just going to trust. I know it's coming. I know everything is going to work out. I don't have to know the answer right now. As long as I just take one step after another, keep moving forward, keep doing my work. I know there's a higher power that's going to support me, that's going to take care of me, that has my back. And that's the basis of surrendering. It's truly like, think of it like that, you're falling back. You know there are hands behind you catching you. You're not going to fall. You're not going to fail. Everything is going to work out. And to really just trust that it is. Trust that whatever is to your highest and greatest good is coming, or something even better, because the universe wants you to be abundant. The universe wants you to have all the things that you want. The only one that's really limiting you is you, based on your beliefs, based on what you think you can have, based on what you think you deserve even. So I really hope you enjoyed these tips. I hope they helped you get some clarity of really the art of surrendering. Like I said, it's not an easy thing to do. It sounds so much easier than it actually is. But if you can just really allow yourself to trust in this, and like I said, try these tips that I shared with you. Combining them all together will really help you surrender with more ease and start manifesting the things that you want. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, maybe even leave a comment below. Let me know, how are you doing when it comes to surrendering? Does it come easy to you? Are you challenged with it? Or what is your experience with it? Have you maybe had an experience like I just shared with you earlier about how it was for me? I would love to know. Leave me a comment below. Let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. So thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out this next video here about how to open yourself up to abundance with additional manifesting tips to help you manifest with more ease. I think you're going to love it. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, make it an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.